From Colorado Springs, Colorado, in the Lamb Excavating, Dirt Perfect, Diamond Equipment, Skills USA, Ground to Glory number 77, it's Jeff Dodge. You wanted the best, you got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car.
Hey guys, we're back in the shop. Unfortunately, for those of you that watched our Terre Haute video, you can see nothing's really happened here since then. We had Terre Haute get canceled. Next plan was to go and run the high limit race in Florence, Kentucky. That rained out due to the hurricane. They also canceled Atomic. And we just found out that the Maverick series is not going to run Putnamville this Friday. So I think it's fairly safe to say the Maverick series is imploded. It's disappointing, it's frustrating, it's a lot of things. I'll save my commentary on that and we'll just leave it at the series is in all likelihood done. So we've got 7 shows left on our engine. We'd like to finish that cycle and we've been trying to figure out what we're gonna do from now till the end of the year. And talk to Nick, talk to my dad, talk to the partners, Dirt Perfect, Diamond Equipment, and we kind of have this crazy idea. And I think we're just gonna pick up and try to chase the Outlaws from the time they get back from Pennsylvania after next weekend at Lincoln Speedway. Hit Joliet, Illinois for 2 nights, October 18th and 19th, I think. Following weekend, go down to West Memphis and run Riverside 2 nights. Then they're off Halloween weekend, which is great, so I'll get to spend that with Maddie. And then head on down to Charlotte the 2nd week in November and finish the year at the World Finals there. Not real sure what's gonna happen in the world and what our situation is gonna look like next year. So we're gonna roll the dice and take our little operation out and see what we can do against the greatest show on dirt. See if we can at least look like we're part of it. And I think we've had good speed this year, so I don't think we're totally crazy to want to go out there and race with those guys night in and night out. I think a lot of it comes down to whether we as a team and specifically myself as a driver can put a whole night together. But we're gonna take 7 swings at it, and I'm sure we'll learn a lot. We want to definitely bring you guys along, show you what it's like to be a small 1 car, 1 engine team that is going out to run with those guys for I guess 3, call it a month, and take advantage of an opportunity that is really available to us because of the opportunity that is utility construction. So I think it kind of supports our whole shtick to go and take a shot at doing that. We're obviously a 1 car, 1 engine team, so plans can change along the way depending on how things go. But our intent is to run the last 7 outlaw races of the year. Definitely want to take a minute and thank everybody that pre-ordered shirts. We're pretty honored that you want to wear our program and represent us. They've been ordered. They should hopefully be in here in the next week or so, and we'll get those in the mail. If you missed the shirt pre-order, we did order some extras. So if you want a white or high-vis Jeff Dodge Racing shirt, we should hopefully have sizes at least for a few more people to get them. You can reach out to me on Facebook, direct messenger, Instagram, DMs, and we can get you squared away. Shirts are 25 bucks, and if you want us to ship it, it's 5 bucks. And we've been taking payment via Venmo. And in the meantime, we've still got work to do. We've been very blessed at Lamb Excavating to have a great year, and right now things aren't slowing down. So we've got a commercial drainage job that we've got to get started on tomorrow, and I'll walk you through it a little bit more when we get to the job site, but we've got to go out. They've got a specific problem. There's kind of a variety of drainage problems on this property, but we're really going to try to tackle one that broke up a section of their drive-through from frost heave and try to get that resolved. So we'll walk you through that tomorrow and hope that you'll join us on our World of Outlaws adventure this fall. What's happening? So we're down here on a commercial drainage job and was going to show you guys what we've gotten ourselves into. So we've got this big building here, and there's like a travel trailer and boat business. There's a daycare here, and this section of concrete here in their little loop around drive-through, it has been breaking up due to frost, and it's really hot and dry right now, so you wouldn't know, but this whole area has been really boggy, so much so that we kind of thought they might actually have a leak. So the story here, this is the water vault, and we opened that thing up and it was full. We hired a leak detector to come out, and they heard leaking water, but the interstate is right through there, and it's so noisy from the interstate that the leak detector couldn't really isolate whether he was hearing a leak over the highway noise, and it was sort of nondescript. So we came in, we did an exploratory dig here on the main 6-inch ductile water main that serves the building. We didn't find anything leaking on the main, but we found an old field tile in here that just had water pouring out of it and filling up our hole, but it wasn't draining anywhere, and it had been cut whenever the water main got put in. So that kind of sent us back to the drawing board, and we realized that this whole big section of parking lot here all runs right down to here, and they had, it's actually buried somewhere, but they had like one little 12 by 12 plastic inlet grate, landscaper style, and we couldn't find the other end of the 4-inch pipe or coming out of it. So probably not enough drainage capacity to carry this entire lot. So that put us into trying to figure out a solution. So what we came up with, and I've got it strung out here, we're getting ready to start, is we're going to set that 3x3 inlet box that's on, knockout box that's on my trailer there, right here, to catch the surface flow coming off the lot. And way down there, we've got the best outlet point we can have. It's not totally ideal because I'd like to see more fall on that pipe, but it's what we've got to work with. Here we've got the gas service for the building that we've got across. We've got a sanitary for the building here that we've got across. We should pass over this. We've got some sort, I'm guessing it's gutters and roof drainage coming through here, these pink flags. So we're gonna outlet this thing right down here. Before this driveway was the lowest point we could find. So I've got my pink paint laid out for our actual pipe path, and so there where you see my probe stuck in the ground, we're going to outlet the 8-inch solid pipe, which will come out of that 3x3 inlet knockout box. And then, because the ground is so marshy and wet and saturated, we're going to try to put in a 4-inch perforated socked drain as well, and run that the distance in the same trench, so that there under the driveway we've got something to take away the groundwater, because that field tile seems to be bringing in water, and I'm guessing this is kind of the lowest point. So we don't know how far that pipe goes in either direction, but we know it's not draining. And like these ditches all need cleaned out. This actually needs quite a bit of work, but we're gonna try to help them keep the concrete from breaking up so they can put it back together and kind of put a bubblegum repair. It's a creative solution, but I think it'll drastically improve the situation and hopefully protect their investment in new concrete. So I've got to get this box unloaded. We got our materials dropped this morning. Cut some limbs off this willow tree. Sorry, I'm sick today, so not feeling super great. Cut some limbs off the willow tree, got it trimmed up, got our pipe path laid out, and gonna get cracking here momentarily. But wanted to kind of show you guys the start and explain a little bit of what we were trying to solve for this customer. So we'll film this install. We're gonna bring that 4-inch perf pipe across this driveway so that we're lowering the water table in the spot where it was weeping up out of the ground and broke up. We also found out that their vault had a sump pump in it that wasn't working, and it looks like they've had somebody come in and remedy the sump pump. And then we had private locates done. They wanted to have private locates done, so they located this power that runs down here and powers the sign and the sump pump, and they located that that other drain with the pink flags and all this stuff, and looks like they actually did a pretty good job. So I'm gonna wrap my string up and we're gonna get this drainage inlet box unloaded from the trailer, get the laser set up, and get after it. Potholed past this gas line here, just trying to get on grade to get my ditch started. We'll put an end flare on this 8-inch pipe and then probably rip wrap down this edge and around the pipe, but I'll wait till I have the end flare here to kind of see what it looks like and how we want to dig out around it. But yeah, so that's kind of the beginning here. Gonna go check this with the laser and we'll get backed up a little bit. I'm sitting on the bank of this ditch, so it's a little tricky to get the grading system going since it's hard to sit level, and I about rolled her down into the bottom of the ditch, so kind of having a blah start to the day. So let's go check this grade quick and see where we're at. going to show you where we're at here. We got some ditch started. So I got my end flare delivered and the other bits and pieces we were needing. So I think it's going to sit about right there. I got my 22 laid, so this will be the first piece of pipe, and then I'll get that piece of pipe in. And then my 4 inches got to come out, and I want it to probably come out this side. So I got to sort that out too. Ditch line looks like it's going to be here, so my end flare is just off to the side, and it runs out here. So I'm going to get this plumbed up, and we'll get this first section backfilled in so that we kind of have a solid starting point. And I got to get past that space or for lease sign without rolling over in the ditch. So I'm all jacked up on the side of the ditch funny, but getting down toward the end of the day here. Backfill a little ditch so that curious kiddos don't find their way into it. As we got a fan club down there. Put my 24-inch back here. Grab my 59. next task at hand is you can see the flag here. We got some sort of drain that runs through here. I think it lets out right here. It looks like it's a clay pipe. We may end up tying this into our drain to go out that way. We'll see kind of how it comes out, but that's our next task, is to get under it and keep moving on down the line. We got this guy here, which I'm pretty sure is bringing roof and gutter water, and there's a couple holes in it here, but our pipe is a 10-inch OD. This one here is about a 12-inch OD, which makes me think it's probably about a 10-inch clay pipe. And we have not quite 10 inches to get under it. I might be able to wrestle her through there. Looks like we got about 9.5. I'm probably a little shallow on this side yet, but it's not an awesome situation since we're laying 8-inch pipe, because you don't want a 10-inch pipe to go into 8-inch pipe. I'm gonna do a quick check here just to make sure that this end of my pipe isn't smaller. Man, it's right there. So on the spigot end, I'm 9.5. We'll dig back a little further and see if we can shove one under it. I got about 60 more feet of pipe laid, so I could probably ram one more stick in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and dig back to my corner because I'm pretty close to where I make a bend. That was as close as you can come to not fitting. I mean, I had to wedge her under there, but it went. Got our drain, so keep rocking and rolling. Having a better day than yesterday. It's getting hot today again. Hot and dry, which is good on this site because this was all just swampy, mucky when we came out looking for that leak. It was terrible. So better conditions today for sure. So right here is the building sanitary lateral. We should be over top of it, but should and are sometimes two different things. So we're gonna dig past it, and we're gonna go a little easy just to make sure if we're not over top of it that we don't KO it. See how this goes. With all this rock, I feel like this might get kind of cavey. Let's see what that is. It's a weird piece of concrete. I hope it's not part of the manhole. Like some sort of deal where they poured the floor. So I'm a little concerned to just try to get aggressive and break it out, be kind of hard on the equipment, and I also don't want to like break the side out of the manhole or something if that's a slump core floor that got away from them, or if the pipe, I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna see if I can break a chunk off of it with a sledgehammer, because we're like 4/10 on this side of an inch too high, and we're like 1 inch on that side. So it's not going to take much. If I can just get a little chunk of it to break off, we should be good. Well, I think I got her there. Should pass over that. It's within a couple tenths. I just finished eating my lunch, and right about here, I don't know if you can see, but there is a gas line to cross. So on a site like this where we have no idea what's down there or how deep it is, probably not able to feel the trench, we pothole it all the way down 2 feet either side. So I will start crossing this gas line. Prevailing theory here is that you don't dig down necessarily and find it, but you never let your excavator bucket go deeper than your shovel has gone. So you can see my teeth there are just sneaking along. So now, peel this off and repeat. I left you guys while we were crossing the gas service, and from there it all kind of went to heck in a handbasket, and then I think may have come back together, and we may have just cracked the riddle of why this place is so wet. There's the main water vault. Here's where we dug before looking for a water leak on the 6-inch ductile main here. However, I found this guy by accident. That's pretty leaky. See if I can get you. Yeah, there you go. So let me walk you through what has happened here in the last 40 or 50 feet and what I think I'm going to do about it. So here is our gas right here, and it is just in the wrong spot for our pipe, the center mass of the pipe. So we don't have a whole lot of room to play with to get that inlet box set in the ground and have the pipe come in the window of the box and have the drain inlet below where the concrete's going to be. So that's problem number one. Anyway, I shot the laser. If we are sitting on top of the gas service here, our pipe is 9.5 inches tall. If it runs uphill that way at the same slope we've been running, which is pretty flat, which is the best we can do given our drainage outlet to give that water somewhere to go, we can get that inlet box for the casting to be about 2 inches below where the concrete's going to be, and then our pipe will come in right at the top. We got about 1 inch to play with once we go over this gas main. Well, the other thing we were wanting to do is extend a 4-inch perforated drain in a rock jacket across the driveway to make sure that the water table under the driveway stays low, so that hopefully the concrete won't break up again. We don't have a drain as deep as we would want, but it's, again, the best we can do short of starting over and redoing this entire site, which would be quite the chore. So my plan is I'm going to dip my 4-inch under this gas line. And that's not great to have a belly in your pipe like this, but a subsurface drain isn't carrying solids. Therefore, the water level is going to equalize, and I'm going to be able to keep my drain back there 4 inches below this gas line. My 8-inch is going to run right over top of the gas line, and I'm going to have to bed this trench up with number 8 stone so that my 8-inch has got something to sit on and can run downhill out of that inlet on down the line. However, I think it's more likely than not that this little water line that's leaking in the trench right now is probably what was causing this whole area to become so saturated, and likely what caused the concrete to break up in the first place. So I don't have a locator with me today, but tomorrow we're going to bring a locator. We're going to hook onto this guy, and we're going to try to see where it goes, and hopefully we can abandon it, because it's not very deep, and I assume it's teed off of that water main somewhere. So hopefully we can just dig it up wherever it comes off the main, shut it off, and I don't know what would be hooked up to that, because we got a big old freaking 6-inch ductile main going into the building. So everything kind of went sideways and now is maybe coming back together. Next step has got to be to communicate to the property owner what we found, what we're going to do. Hopefully they'll give us the green light to go ahead and fix it, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to get busy trying to get some pipe in place, but wanted to give you guys the update because when it all started going sideways, I figured I better just work. We got that all backfilled up, rough backfilled. Got some caution tape around my shallow little ditch. Got the excavator locked up. We got some caution tape up. And tomorrow we'll find out whether that's a live water line in there, and hopefully get the rest of our stuff in the ground. So we'll be back at it again tomorrow.